Duel Review is brought to you by NexusDigitalComics.com. On today's Duel Review, we play our first game, much to Nick's chagrin. I'm RJ.
And I came to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Let's get to it. Alright, so today's focal point, we thought we'd have a little bit of fun. You know the game where you write the name on a card and then put the card on the forehead and everybody in the room has to guess or, talks to that person or answers questions to help them figure out who they are.
Right.
We're going to be doing a version of that.
And we're going to call it what we do in our boredom time.
Yeah, we're going to be calling it this. Yeah, see right there. It's right there.
Oh, wow.
That's what we're calling it.
Right there.
So the way the game is played is that we both have chosen characters for the others to be, and we're going to speak to that person as if they are that character. It's probably gone by now.
Oh, okay.
And we'll just work until they can guess it out, figure it out. And this is just a fun getting to know each other.
Yeah, trying to make fools out of ourselves for your entertainment.
That's right. Hey, so interesting to see you up close. I never knew whether you were a man or a woman, honestly, but now it's clear, obviously. Obviously very clear.
Obviously it's clear that
Yeah, that you're the gender you are.
Yes,
Of course.
Of course that's obvious.
It'd never be a mistake, but,
But from far away, and I stand pretty far away. Or I stay
Yeah,
pretty
you
far
kind
away.
of, and, usually only see you from one side.
From one side, you say?
Yeah, usually. But, kind of recently you've shown more of yourself.
Personality-wise.
But you're always wearing that thing. You're wearing that getup that you wear. Did they make you do that?
Yes, only because it's form-fitting.
Well, yeah, but the strange thing is, I would think that it would hurt sometimes.
It can be quite sometimes you get the seams.
Yeah.
In awkward places.
Okay. Is it weird going to different planets all the time? Do they just how do you end up, on a planet with all these weird bugs and stuff, and then the next you're in a lava cave, and I just don't understand.
Sometimes I get sabbaticals for myself.
Do you wear the outfit when you have sabbaticals?
Sometimes, but not all the times. When I'm losing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that
Right.
possibly. I always curious, how do you tuck in your arms and legs? doesn't because you condense so well. I don't know where things go.
Well, I've studied an ancient Indian practice that I believe it's called folding, but it's the Indian term for it. And basically, through your mental state, you can fold yourself into yourself.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, India. Boy, that's a pretty ancient society. Is this folding thing in the 25th century or 23rd century, or is it all the way in the 30th century?
It's pretty old. Yeah, it's been around in ancient textbooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm always curious. How do you control your rockets? Because they don't seem to always, especially in your early days.
Okay.
They didn't seem to follow any defined path. I mean, they were kind of I just don't know how you do that.
Well, mostly telepathically. If my mind wanders, if I'm thinking about a ham sandwich, they can alter course.
All right. Did you find it jarring when you went from just showing your left or your right side to kind of showing everything?
It can be very liberating to show more than what you're used to showing.
Yeah. Some people are really really into your backstory, and some people think it's pretty ridiculous. Sorry, but I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but you're kind of one of those people that, like I said before, they weren't sure if you were male or female, And now
androgynous is the term.
now that they know, yes, I'm sorry, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but now that they know what gender you are, you're not exactly the most attractive version of that gender necessarily. I mean, you do wear some skin tight stuff.
And you're not trying to hurt my feelings.
I'm not. I'm just asking. I mean, you have kind of a a jumpsuity thing, and that makes sense.
Right.
But you could do more. Right? It's like you always got your hair back, and yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, when you're fighting the Metroid race, it's very important to keep your gender concealed, I suppose.
Okay. Now, what was your name again?
Same as Aaron.
Yes.
I was like folding your arms and legs because she turns into the ball. Okay. Okay.
That was our first hour, so.
That was good. That's very good. I know I'm dreamy.
You are.
Okay.
Yeah. I was a little excited when I heard you were going to come by. You're a little hot. And you're feisty, especially nowadays. Yeah. You kind of, you had that facelift or whatever you had. You just look a little different, and you're much feistier. But I know, you're married, so I won't bother you too much.
Well, I appreciate that, but you came to ask questions, so please ask.
Okay. Part of what makes you so dreamy is that you're a really good person. I just have to say that.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome. And it is interesting, the choices that you make sometimes. I mean, you're very brave, but at the same time, let's just put it this way, you're not as effective as some of the other people that you hang around with. So it's interesting to me that you go so aggressively, and yet, you don't have the strongest power. Yeah. Well, I was just saying that, I used to watch you from afar, before, and you looked very different. I think you seemed a little older, and you seemed a little bit less, perky and tenacious. But in later years, in these years, recently, you've been pretty bubbly, downright,
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think that has a lot to do with, my outlook on life. I see it as a positive thing, whereas before I was kind of timid.
I wouldn't say you were timid. I mean, you kind of always wanted to go out, and I know you get bored with doing nothing. I mean, you like to go out and be a force.
With reckoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about being bad?
I think evil, or that badness that you're talking about, is within us all, and if it gets tapped, it kind of overwhelms you. You become like this dark phoenix.
You probably know Dark Phoenix, though, right?
Yes.
That's your experience with her.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yes, I do know her. She's she was Jean Grey.
Yeah.
And I fought alongside her many a times.
Well, I don't know about many a times. In fact, I don't remember ever. I mean, maybe you did, but I don't remember ever seeing it in the paper or on TV or whatever. Never saw it in print or on TV.
Right.
I don't remember that. But you do definitely, you know of her for sure.
Yes.
Obviously.
We used to play poker together.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't know that, but that's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you and your husband, you kind of have an opposite opinion of things sometimes, and does that ever cause problems in the marriage?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Why do you think he has such a problem getting off his butt?
Because I have so much ability. Yeah, exactly. He feels almost inadequate.
Oh, I don't think that. It just he just seems to be he's much more cautious than you are, and he doesn't really like fighting. He's just
he's definitely more of a brainy person.
He is definitely more brainy.
Right, and I think that he's just so overwhelmed with his work that sometimes I could just be invisible, and he wouldn't notice.
Yeah, possibly. You are really small sometimes.
Small. Damn it.
Well, let me ask you. I mean, why aren't you big sometimes? I mean, I've seen you been big before. Why don't you stay big?
It's because of our relationship. I like to annoy him. I like to buzz around him.
Possibly, yeah. So you're letting him be the big one.
I'm letting him be the big one, and I'll just be the queen bee.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that his nickname for you?
Yes.
Is
yes.
it?
Queen bee. That's right.
Yeah, it's cute, but it's so close to your other name. It doesn't really.
Wasp.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So how do your stingers work anyway? I always wanted to know that. All right. Well, nice to see you. I'm not in any danger here, right?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, and let me know, because I don't want to be around. You seem to be pretty much alone. What happened to the rest of your family? I mean, there's the one, but where's the rest of them?
Well, that was a long time ago, and I.
Really? You don't seem that old. I mean, how long can it be?
Well.
I mean, but maybe you are. I don't know, because I'm just me. I'm just a mortal. So.
Just a mortal. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm mortal too. Just like.
Okay. I mean, you can definitely die for sure. I mean, I'm assuming.
I just live longer. Right.
Yeah.
So my aging process is not as.
I wouldn't understand the rules. I wouldn't know. Are you lonely?
It can be pretty lonely sometimes.
You do tend to kind of, go off on your own, moment's notice kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to be that lone wolf, Marine.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you do when you're gone? What do you do out there? The only real time that I'm aware of that I've heard about, you were looking for something.
Yeah. Always looking, actually.
I mean, because you went off for like months. It was very odd.
Right.
I mean, I didn't really even know you were going. You didn't tell anybody.
Well, I like to keep people on their toes, keep people guessing with me. Don't want anyone to get too close to my scruff demeanor.
Okay. Hey, so can you smell anything?
Yes.
You can?
Yes.
How does that work?
Because I have no nose.
So then how can you smell?
Through taste buds, really. It's don't have a nose. Okay. Through taste buds, I can breathe in the air, and it's kind of smelling. Like reptiles do it.
So I mean that makes sense. So do you taste smell?
Right.
Okay, interesting. Are you in love? Just come clean. Are you? You want to follow in your father's footsteps and all that, but then again you have that love situation. It's weird to me. I mean, you are so alone, but I mean, wouldn't you have to kill her?
Yes, I would, because I am a dragon hunter and she claims to be a dragon. So, yes, but.
And did they just lop off the end of your name and that was your nickname?
Yes, Sev is Seven, just short for it.
There we go, Sev from Feather.
Yes. I was like, I have no nose. I was like, I thought I was Wolverine.
I thought that was going to give you away. But. All right, so that's our first game. Let us know what you think about it. If you have any suggestions on other games we can play, we just figure we'd have some fun every once in a while, and that's it. See you later.
Bye. I don't know why you...
Oh.
Yes! Doesn't count because you got the first hit, but yes.
I'm trying to knock it off. There. Oh, come on. Tomorrow, it's Howl's Moving Castle.